911, what's your emergency? He's acting crazy. He killed all the others. Who killed the others?
All right. Everybody come on in, pull up a chair, and pop a squat. It's time for a Sunday Scary with Old Dirty Cupcake. Now, my suggestion for today, from earlier this year, came out back in January. It slipped off my radar, and that's unfortunate, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad it got back on my radar whenever I was doom scrolling Prime. Because this one turned out to be better than I expected it to be, and it was actually really enjoyable. It had me on the edge of my seat, and it didn't overstay its welcome for what it was. It got in, it got the point across, slapped you in the face, and it moved the fuck on, okay? It was an enjoyable movie, a lot of fun. It was directed by Johannes Roberts, and it's called Primate, all right? Primate. If you haven't seen this, I highly recommend this film because it's a throwback to stuff like Monkey Shines and Cujo with the animal slasher horror, confined spaces, small cast, but very violent kills kind of thing. You know, you don't know how people are going to die, but you know they're going to fucking get it, right? In this film, you're introduced to this chimpanzee at the beginning of the film named Ben. Ben is clearly not feeling himself. He's not feeling well. And he attacks a vet that's come to check on him to see how he's doing. But what you don't know is that Ben is a family member to this family played by Johnny Sequoyah, who plays Lucy, her sister Hannah, played by Jessica Alexander, and her father, Troy Kotsur, who is a deaf author, and he's the owner and main caretaker of Ben, but Ben is like a sibling to this family, and they love him. He's their friend, he's their brother, and he spends a lot of time with them. But Ben's not doing right. Ben's got something very, very wrong, and you're set up with this hydrophobia and rabies thing with the beginning of the film, and when he attacks this vet at the beginning, it's pretty obvious what's going on. But you're introduced to Ben before all this takes place. Ben is played by Miguel Torres Umba, and he is in a costume, and he does all the movements, and he wore contacts, prosthetic, and everything. It's really weird looking, but if you just settle into it and enjoy it as like I said, an 80s kind of animal slasher, holy shit, this movie's a lot of fun. It's a good time. It's not like a 10 out of 10. I give it like a solid 7.3. Miguel Torres Umba, he absolutely kills it, pun intended, as Ben the chimpanzee. Some of the deaths in this are absolutely fucking wild. There's these fucking dude bros that show up that get fucked up. It's great. You don't really care for a lot of the cast. You don't really build this chemistry with them. And with this kind of movie, you don't really need to. You don't want to care too much about the family, and you don't want to care too much about the creature, the animal, the infected. You just want enough so that you can live in this moment with them and be like, damn, that sucks. I think one element that was missing was more of a tie to a death by water for the chimpanzee, especially with how they set it up. But overall, hot damn, what a good slasher. It builds a lot of tension. You're screaming at the fucking screen because of how stupid these teenagers are, how dumb their decision-making skills are, but it's everything that you want from an 80s slasher with an animal in it, including the synth soundtrack. The soundtrack to this is what really sold me that it feels like an animal slasher horror movie. So if you haven't seen it yet, you gotta check out Primate. It's worth a watch. It's a good time. It's nothing special. It gets in and gets out at like just under an hour and 30 minutes, and you can't beat that. It's a good time in the spirit of Monkey Shines and Cujo. So check it out. You'll thank me, and if you don't like it, hopefully you find something that you do. And I'll see y'all later with the next Sunday Scaries. Bye.